glad you're here. Today is May Day, so happy May Day. And I hope that, you're having a great day, maybe full of surprises if you received a May Day basket on your door. If not, guess what? You can give one to someone else and give someone else a little joy. So if you want some ideas for that, or you didn't see my little May Day basket DIY, I did that yesterday right here live. So go back and check that one out when you get a chance. Not right now, stay here. But if you're coming in and watching on the replay, which if you are right now seeing this part, you are on the replay, just put hashtag replay so I know you were here. And make sure you do all the things. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification button so you know when I go live. And, every once in a while, make a little comment, make a little heart, say hello, do what you can, because, that all helps me out a ton. So anyway, today is May Day. It is Thursday, first day of May. Lots of exciting things happen in our company in Chalk Couture for May Day. And so, it's been kind of exciting. We had a lot of new summer products just launched. So if that's something you're interested in, put new down below and I will get a link out to you. I won't bore you with that. I do have the link down below for shopping on my Chalk Couture site. I sell my finished goods as well on my website, prairiescraps.com. So I'd love for you to check those places out. Help me out. I love to, just share my crafting goodies. So today I thought we would do May's Club Transfer. So May comes kind of boxed up like this. Mine doesn't have any postage on it because it comes in my boxes. I order them that way. I can opt to have it just shipped to me, but why not save shipping? So it's kind of nice because they come like this. If you join club, it costs $21.99 here in the United States. It's a little bit more for Canada. Unfortunately, it doesn't go anywhere else. But that includes the shipping, which, as you guys know, that is not cheap these days. So, oh goodness, my girls are shopping, I guess, online, sending me all kinds of texts during school. One is in, so let's take a look and see what we get in the club this month. And it's not too late to sign up and get this month's club transfer. And it's actually a whole project. So when you sign up for club, you know that you're going to get in the mail a fun project in a fun envelope. So let's take a look at what this project is. Usually there's 2 or 3 pastes. This month it's 2 pastes. One is papaya, one is espresso. So we are going to be using the papaya. I have espresso in a jar, so we'll be using that and saving this for somebody else later. And then you get an exclusive transfer that's reusable up to 12 times. So don't think just about what this project will use it for. Make sure you take care of it. Go ahead and wash it when you're done with your project. Let it dry, sticky side up for 20 minutes or so. Put the backing back on it and use it again and again. Like this one, I don't know. I don't think I'd want this one as a shirt. I don't want it to say welcome across my chest. So, ha ha ha. But anyway, it says welcome, open 24 hours, workshop, my tools, my rules down at the bottom. And I foresee using that for some Father's Day gifts. My husband, he's a mechanic. So I don't know if he wants to say welcome to people. I feel like maybe I should put the welcome-ish on here for him. And then open 24 hours workshop. Yeah, I don't think he wants to advertise that either. So I'm just saying this one might not be his. It might be for that person that is, loves a workshop in their shop. But I do think it would make a great mail gift. Just my husband would not be happy to have a welcome sign on his shop. So anyway, hello, Pink Girl. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you saying hello. Like I said before, if you are coming in, make sure you say hi, do a little heart, make sure you subscribe and like and do all those kinds of things because I'm a small business owner. We do crafting here, and this is May's Craft Kit. So you will get both of those paste packets, 2 of them, plus this exclusive transfer. You cannot get it any other way but through the club. And then this is a new surface to us. It's got kind of a shiny, it's called Silver Metallic Sign. It is 8.5 by 11 size, and it is pretty cute. So I'm going to get this open and kind of show you what the surface looks like. This is what we're going to use today. I'm just going to use this transfer just how it is. And honestly, I do all my crafting here out of my little Airstream, my 1953 Airstream. And so if it looks kind of weird, I'm kind of, you know, to the rafters with, I don't want to scratch this, to the rafters with craft supplies, you know, crafting goodness. So I don't know about you guys, but crafting is sort of my hello Stitch Girl. Crafting is my therapy, right? It's cheaper than, well, maybe it's cheaper than therapy. Depends on how many craft supplies you buy yourself. So anyway, I'm going to get this out. This is not a metal surface, but it is metallic painted. So it's not a metal surface, I should say, but it's metallic. There we go. It's the packaging is the hardest part, I promise. Okay, so it's got the 2 holes already put in it, so you can put whatever you want to hang this up. We'll see what we come up with for that. But can you see it's just got kind of a sheen to it? It's metallic look. It's silver. So much fun. Oh, I'm so glad you like crafting. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do besides get our packaging off is get our transfer out. And because this is the first time I'm using this transfer, I do want to go ahead and fuzz it. So you can use a clean towel, a fuzzing cloth. You can even use it on your t-shirt. I have done that my fair share. When I first started using chalk couture, that's all I did was do it on my t-shirt. I would just stick it right to the front of my t-shirt and fuzz it that way. But, you know, fuzzing cloths make it kind of more fun and a little bit easier. So this is the fuzzing cloth, and I'm just going to put it on there a couple of times and peel it off so it doesn't get too sticky when I put it down. And I'm expecting, because we're using a metallic surface, it's just going to have a little bit more stick-to-itiveness. So is that a word? So glad you love to craft. Me too. Another exciting reveal today is that our color of the month, we have a new color of the month every month, and it is a metallic green ink. So ink can be used on glass or on fabric, like I did my t-shirt. It's going to be a metallic green, so it's going to have a little bit of a sheen as well, like our surface does. I'm like so excited about that one. It is with a purchase with purchase. So you have to purchase $75 worth. If you're a Perks member, it's less than that. So check that out. Color of the month is an ink this month. And if you like to make t-shirts or bags or anything like that, or hats, you got to have all the ink colors. So I'm just going to center this right on here. And I do know from experience just to keep it a little bit away from the holes in the top, because sometimes it just doesn't show through very nice. So I'm going to take it more to the downside than the upside. Our transfers are centered on here, so you don't have to worry about like trying to get it centered and all the letters in the right place. If you've ever done, I don't know, sometimes vinyl is difficult that way, I think. Or cutting out letters or whatever. I always struggle with trying to get them placed. But this way, it's like it's really easy. There we go. You see that? All right, so we've got 2 different colors to work with. The espresso and papaya, which is an orange color. You could do any colors you want if you happen to have some on hand. But I think I'm going to do the workshop and this outside line for sure in espresso, and then workshop. I think. I don't know. We're just going to go with it, I think. Maybe I'll even... Anywhere you see green, that is not going to be color. So anywhere you see the silver through, that is where you will see color. So I'm sort of thinking about trying to get this inside of in the espresso. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Okay, my espresso is getting down there. I love the espresso color. It is one of my favorites, but you know, use it to the last drop. Don't waste a bit. Let's see. If you find that your paste is ever, actually, this looks crooked after all. If your paste ever is starting to get dried up, before you close it, go ahead and spritz it with some distilled water, and that will help it. Now I've gotten some little specks of things on here, and that's going to affect it. When you put down your transfer, you want to make sure you don't have any little air bubbles or pieces of whatever. Every time I bring out moss, I regret, because moss always gets all over everything. It's a mess. Not my favorite product to use. I don't know. Maybe it's just, it is crooked. I did it again. Something is not matching up here. Sorry. I like things to be straight. Usually laying it out, deciding what to do, that is the hardest part. That is usually the hardest part. This first time I used the transfer, I right over here on the channel. You can also find me, Prairie Scraps Chalkin, over on Facebook, and Prairie Scraps just as my business name. But usually the first time I do the club transfer, I try to keep true to whatever is included in the kit, so you get an idea of how the kit works. All right, I'm gonna just deal with it. All right, so we're gonna do the brown around the outside edge, and so I'm gonna probably do a little bit of peel to reveal here, because I don't want it to dry up too much in the transfer before I possibly will get myself into a little bit of trouble with this, because I'm not good at painting in the lines. So just bear with me. I promise you that even the worst of painters could come out okay. I'm just taking a little bit on my squeegee here and going around the outside edge and trying to just get the outside edge, and stay within, there's kind of like a teal line all the way around. And this is kind of a grungy transfer. And by that I mean it's got like, and I'm just going to go pick up all the extra here, go all the way around, and then I'm going to peel to reveal so I don't get too dry there. So there we go, peel to reveal. Look at that. Let me show you that. Isn't that nice? And so it's kind of grungy. Do you see the grungy look? It's got little reliefs and stuff, and you can see that tiny line right there at the top and my fingerprint. You know, that's okay. We're gonna survive it. So I'm just gonna take, this is a nice smooth surface. I'm just gonna take a little wipe and wipe off that extra up there and just sort of get it off of there, because I went outside the lines as per usual. I'm not gonna worry about that one on the inside. I think I can hit it over with the orange, or the papaya, once we get there. So we're just gonna keep going all the way around, make sure we got it back down here. And let me put you down a little bit more so that you can see, maybe see what you can do. Something is not turning very well. Okay, there we go. I'm still up a creek with computers, so I apologize. I had a computer just for using on YouTube, and then I used my phone on Facebook, and that computer was not opening. It's not working. I think that possibly YouTube kind of filled it up and made it crash a little bit. So I am kind of up a creek with that. So I've just been doing, and at the same time that that happened, I'm just taking the extra off here. At the same time that that happened, that was when Facebook started getting rid of our lives as well. So I kind of changed my course. I was doing it at the same time in both places on 2 different devices. And since I don't have 2 devices, I can't do that. I'm not really wanting to stream. I don't know. Every time I see the streaming, it just doesn't look right to me. I don't like it. I like to just go live. Like, what you see is what you get. What you see. Thank you. It's got lots of detail. It sure does. It really does. Yeah, so I don't edit out my mistakes. If I make mistakes, you're going to see it right here. You see the whole me, the whole thing, everything that I do. And I'm just squeegeeing off the extra here. And then we're going to peel to reveal here so we don't dry up too much. The reason for doing this is just to get it to out of the transfer. If you let chalk paste dry too much in your transfer, it'll peel away with it. So if you ever peel up your transfer and have little gaps in it, it's because it got too dried up. All right, I really like that. Do you see that? Isn't that nice? So nice. I love it. So precise. Okay, so we got the brown layer there. And so this inner one, I'm going to use the orange, I think. But the other place I want to use the brown is this inside this welcome. If I can stay inside of that, we'll see. And I just smeared espresso, I think. Oh, it didn't show up, so that's good. But I just need this part down really good with no wrinkles and no air bubbles. And I'm going to try to, I keep getting my fingers in it. Stay tuned. You will get to see a mess yet. Like I said, I'm not usually very good. I have carpal tunnel pretty bad, and I could tell you that right now my carpal tunnel has been acting up a lot. So I'm going to try to do this middle part, and we'll see how we do. I could use a smaller tool, but I'm afraid it would take me too long to actually get it in there. So I'm just going to see if I could do it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to, if you could see what I'm doing a little bit, I'm going from the outside in towards the center. And the reason for that is so that I don't wipe it outside of that circle that I'm trying to hit inside. Oops, and there I went. A little crazy. I do know, like, you know, a little bit in the back of my mind that I can always, you know, this is the first coat, so we can always take a little bit off before we go on to the orange. I know I can do that. So, and you can do this however you want. The first month that you do join the club, you do get a mini squeegee with club membership. And sometimes there are like specials just for club members. We also have a perks, which gives you 30% off everything and special deals, as even different special deals, more special deals. I could see a little bit of through here. All right. So we're going to try to peel this top portion off, just taking the rest off. And let's see what we did. I kind of like the espresso more than an orange. I was thinking this should really be on my, not too bad. Not too bad. I got a little bit like of leakage, little bit of leakage on my L. And once it dries, isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, love, love, love that. Once I get a little bit of dry, I can just scratch that right off this surface because it's a slippery surface. Oops, I forgot I unplugged. We were making Mayday baskets yet this morning. I ended up delivering 10 Mayday baskets around town. It's kind of fun. We try to hit up, you know, like any elderly people that we know that might enjoy it. Those white spots or those clear spots in the middle of this, those are intentional. Those have little green specks that makes it kind of rustic, kind of rough looking, I guess you would say. You could do this whole top section one color, like the brown or the orange, whichever. That works too. Let's try to get this nice and dry because we don't want to smear it. We got it going pretty good. Okay, now I showed you that little part where there's a little leakage on my L, right? I'm going to show it to you upside down. See where the L is leaked? Sorry, it's upside down, but I'm just going to use this little tool here to scratch it off so it looks nice and perfect. Maybe not. I went too far. So I have carpal tunnel. So sometimes like using small tools or trying to paint in a small area, not easy. Can you see the difference? So much better. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, maybe try to decide, do I want to do, I think I'm going to do, this is going to be the orange and the brown maybe, and then orange in this. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see how much brown we have, huh? Let's get this. What I love is that these are nice lettering. Because it's a silk transfer, you don't have to worry about having I was trying to explain that what I don't like about straightforward and speaking of which, this one actually is made to look like a straightforward stencil, the old-fashioned stencils with the bridges on them. She's like, bridge, what do you mean? And I'm like, the bridge between the letters. This particular one is made to look like it has bridges. Do you see the little white? So it's okay if that's your style, but I don't want every single one to look, every letter I do to look like it has bridges. Do you see them? Where you have to go through, if you wanted it to be a solid letter, you'd have to go in and paint that. Well, that I can't do with my carpal tunnel. I could tell you that. So if you have arthritis or carpal tunnel, this is totally doable. You just stay away from those fun detail projects, that's for sure. And I'm kind of, putzing around with this. You could do this all one and done, like all one color. That would be really cute. Okay, I'm going to do this down here. And there is some little, like, the My Rules, My Tools thing. This is, it's got some little grunge here on the corner. So it may end up being brown. Gotta find me some paste. So I was saying with the paste is if you find that your paste is getting kind of, low on paste, you can go ahead and just spritz some. Let me get my paste on here. You could spritz some distilled water on it before you shut it, and then overnight it'll just kind of soak up that water. It's funny, I'm talking about bridges and how I don't like them, and this transfer has bridges. That's kind of funny, ironic, right? I think it's okay once in a while, and this is a workshop thing, so it kind of makes it more just a little more rustic or whatever. But and I don't mind it on this, but in general, I don't want every letter to have like, there we go, have a little bridge on it. It just, after a while, you're kind of like, that just doesn't look good. And if you've seen people try to paint the bridges, I'm actually going to go up here a little bit because there's still some like grunge spots up here and up here. And I'm just going to get the grunge. It makes more sense to me to have the grunge be brown. All right, I'm going to set that aside. We're definitely getting our use out of there. And even when it's way down in paste, I'll continue to keep this container around and use it because I will use it for painting, like watercolor painting. All right, let's get this peeled. We don't want it to dry too much. Nice and easy peasy. Take your time, especially if you think it's dried. This is definitely dried too much, in my opinion, but it's doing really good. My tools, my rules. I just think that's cute. Isn't that cute? My tool, grunge on the corner. Let's get the little, make sure we peel back the grunge here. It's just little polka dots, not much, very subtle. Okay, now for the papaya. I think I'm going to start small, and I have left this all the way around. I'm going to be careful touching it at this point. There is a line going all the way around here, so I'm going to wait a hot minute for that. I think I'm going to start with this little sun or whatever it is, tool, something here, and do the workshop part of it first. So when you use a paste packet, they're singles packets, but they always go much longer, I think. Push it, you know, squish it around to mix it up, keep it moist, and then just cut the corner off of it. And I like to just squeeze right onto my squeegee. So I'm going to use a mini squeegee, and you could put it into a dish if you wanted to, but personally, I just use as little as I possibly can. I just keep adding it to my squeegee. And then when I'm done, I'll just set it like this in my little camper here on my desk. And the next time I need this color, I've got it sitting there. And all I have to do is, because it'll kind of get cakey and dry up at that opening. And then all I have to do is get that little cakey part off, and we'll be good to go for the rest of it. We can use the rest of it. So that's kind of the cool thing about the singles packet. So don't throw it away if you haven't used it all. You know, kind of save it. I just have like a little stack of them sitting here on my desk. I'm a keeper. So if you're a crafter and a keeper, put keeper down below. I tell you what, I am too much of a keeper sometimes for my own good. But, you know, I always have that extra little bit. And like I said, I think my papaya is pretty dried up, so it's in a stack in the house. It's like probably dry. I've got a stack that I keep thinking I'm going to reactivate. Even if it gets dry, you can totally add water to it and reactivate it. It will work again. It will revive. But it does take a little work of stirring. And like I said, I have that carpal tunnel, so stirring is not my favorite thing. Boy, I tell you, my carpal tunnel has been definitely acting up these days. I don't know exactly why so much. I think it started with playing piano. So, which, you know, I'm a pianist, so there you go. I was going to try to get this little sunshine here, as long as we're peeling back here. And don't hesitate. If you're using a jar, you can just use as much paste as you want and just put it right back into the jar and use it later. But because I'm trying to be a little bit cheap on my usage, you know, because I'm using a singles packet. All right, let's peel to reveal. We're just going to reveal this bottom section here. Cute sunshine and workshop. Nice. I'm gonna get that dry because I don't want to smear it. Hoping I have enough to do this whole project, actually. Isn't that cute? Well, thanks so much. Oh, shoot. Give him a good pet and hug. Thanks for stopping in. Random things. Appreciate it. Come back later if you have a chance to watch the rest of it and see how it turns out. All right. I think I'm going to do this top portion since I've done so good to get it in here. I'm going to start with the top portion and try to get this down so that we don't have any bubbles again. I don't know. Sometimes it stretches when you peel to reveal, so you got to just be kind of patient with it if it seems like you've gotten a little bit of stretch and it doesn't go down in the same spot again. But I think we got it. Make sure that the green parts are down. And we're just going to squeeze this out. This is so fun because you can just open up the mailbox and do a little project. Nice and quick. Oops, I went too far. Okay, go away from the brown. Go away from the brown here. Trying to get it off along the edge of the oval here. And you don't have to worry if you're like a messy person, like it's okay. It's just a fun little craft to do. You don't have to worry about it being absolutely perfect. It always kind of Whenever people say they don't like to craft, I'm peeling this up because I can see a pretty big air bubble over here, and I think it's going to create a problem up the side here. So I'm just trying to a lot of times when people say they don't like to craft, I think it's because they don't like it not being absolutely perfect every single time. And you have to know that, like, when you're crafting, it's going to be an adventure, right? It's like, you just, sometimes it's just an opportunity to have try something new or figure out how to get yourself out of a mess. It's a little bit like living on the edge. At least that's my opinion. So just go along the edge. Speaking of edges here, just going to go along the edge and pull in towards the center. Try to get some of this out here. I'm just trying not to like cover the, oops, making a mess of my orange too. It's all over the desk. It's all right. That's why we have a mat. But yeah, don't be afraid of making messes. Don't be afraid. There is no like right or wrong. It's not an emergency if you mess up a craft project. Everything is totally fixable. But it kind of cracks me up when people like are like, I hate crafting. And I always I'm like, is that because you don't like it, you want it to be perfect and you think it should be perfect every time? Okay, I'm going to peel this part because I don't want it to dry up while I'm working on that bottom edge. I've just got the bottom edge. We've got plenty now to do this. Isn't that pretty? I was like, oh, what is that line? It's actually the, can you see it? Is that pretty? I think I did it. I'm pretty proud of this, you guys. So I went a little over the brown, like on the smudgy parts, but nothing too big. I did get a little bit over here. And I think I'm going to live with it. It's okay. You know, it's in the workshop. I was thinking this should just like hang on the door of my Airstream, but I think it might blend in too much. That's the funny thing about it, because it's silver. My Airstream is that silver, silver bullet. So like everybody says, or the silver toaster, some people call it. Trying not to get papaya everywhere, but kind of am. Orange, like red and black, do have more pigment in them, so they tend to stain a little bit. So you want to do quick cleanup if you get it on something. Like, oops, just got some water on there. That's not good. Water's going to make it runny. On my sign, I missed it off on my sign here, so make sure it's good and dry over here. I just got that outside edge here to do. And like I said, I am pretty much mostly doing this with just what you get in the kit, the mini squeegee. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. And you could see, like, as far as perfection goes, yeah, I went over a little bit in a couple little places, but it's nothing that you would go, oh my goodness, you ruined the whole project. I don't think that at all. I think it's really pretty. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so because I waited for this little line around here, I think I gave myself enough time for it to dry up sufficiently with the brown paste, because once I start pasting with the orange, and I think I'm just going to use the edge of my dish here and grab my paste. Did you see what I did? I just wiped it off and then grabbed it all in one place so I can start using this. And again, we're just going to try very hard. You can also cut these little mini squeegees in half if you want. I hear my Poochie. I left him outside, I guess. I hear him barking. He's mad. He'll go out there, though, sometimes and just sit for hours. He's a little Maltese, but he's high energy. He's got like a heart murmur that's making him high energy at this point. So pretty soon I gotta start getting ready. Well, you know, got the summer things going. If you saw Monday's video, I did a little Snoopy with the 4th of July. That was fun. I'm going to just lay this back down. It's not sticking very good. So Snoopy with the 4th of July. And so that turned out really cute. So let's get me in the summer mood, especially since it's getting nice and warm outside. That also gets me in the summer mood for sure. But we've got a graduation coming up in June. So I got to start getting graduation stuff ready. My daughter, just as I was beginning today, she goes, "This is what I want my graduation to look like." And I'm like, she wants all these, which is fine. And I'm glad she's giving me ideas, because it's always hard to like come up with the ideas if you have a kid who doesn't care. Why am I making this? Because this is our May's club transfer, and I love it. I'm probably gonna put it up right here in my workshop. Oh my gosh, that turned out so good. I am so excited. I have been using Chalk Couture supplies for like years, and I'm telling you, every time I peel to reveal, I'm excited. I'm excited every time. Okay, so I have a little bit left in here of this chalk paste. You can see it's about half full, I would say. And I'm just going to kind of clean off the edge here, because I was kind of making a mess on the outside. That pinches it off. This will get dried up and kind of seal it. So what's inside will be fine. And I'll just stick that over kind of in my stack over here of things I need to use. And that'll be there for me at a later time. And then all we need is something to hang it up with. And since it's kind of like a workshop theme, I think I'll just go ahead and I think I have a mix here. I've got some dried up paste I'm going to reactivate and use. Okay. I'm just going to use some twine as my hanger. That's what I'm not going to do anything fancy, because that just kind of makes it all the more, like it's my workshop. These are my tools, right? I just think that makes it cute, adds to the ambiance. You could make a colored ribbon. You could do whatever you want. Like I said, you could put a bow on here if you wanted to. You don't have to do what I do, but twine is easy and cheap. I always keep twine from Dollar Tree around here. I think I got enough here. And so if you want more information, I did make a link down below on the description for my club. You're welcome to go sign up for my club, or feel free to use my text and ask more questions. Just let me know what you're asking. Don't just like think that I know. Once in a while I get a text that's like, I don't know, something weird. And I'm like, I don't know what are you talking about? Who is this? So introduce yourself when you text me, and let me know what I can help you with, and be specific so I can help you, because I would be happy to answer any questions. But if you use that link, it'll go right to the club. You can even watch a video about what it is and what you get for it. And they also do videos. The company does videos on each month's club project as well. So just tying this on here. I'm just leaving it rough. It's all good. There we go. Get that up. Oops. I don't know what I just did. That was crazy. I don't know. Not that we don't want. We don't want a green room, do we? There. No. Well, it is what it is. Can you see it? You can't see it. It says green screen. We got it. So there it is. That is our club transfer. Isn't that cute? I think it is adorable. So stay tuned. I'll be having lots more things. I go live every Monday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So I hope that you'll join in. Hello, Nicholas Bow. And I appreciate you stopping in. Make sure you do all the things, subscribe, like, so it helps my channel. And I hope you have a very blessed May Day. And make sure that you keep on crafting.